Hey, I'm Cashflow Mike, also known as Mike Mylan, and welcome to the ClearPath to Cash Advisor demo. I built this app because I kept seeing the same problem in any advisory conversation. Business owners, they had their financial reports. Their advisors, they had their spreadsheets. The accountants had their dashboards. But when the client asked, hey, what should I do next? The answer wasn't always clear. And that is usually where the real advisory conversation begins. So a client doesn't normally just come in and say, hey, can you analyze my financial ratios? No, they're going to say something much more practical. And they're going to say something like, hey, I'm making money, but I don't know where all the money went. We made a profit, so why don't I have any cash? Or I feel like this business is working, but I'm still tight every month. Like I'm always waiting for money to come in. This is the kind of moment that the app was built for. The best way to use the ClearPath to Cash is just follow the FIX framework, right? FIX stands for find a burning issue, identify what's causing it to burn, and then execute an action at the flashpoint and put the fire out. So let me show you what it looks like inside the app, because this is the pattern you'll see over and over and over again. I'm going to start right here on the My Path. I'm going to start right here on My Path. And this is where we can see a list of burning issues that show up in business, from cash flow to profitability to debt, operations to future, education. Most businesses have a problem that they can fit into one of these buckets. Now, in this example, the client's question is pretty simple. I don't have any money, or where'd my cash go? Well, that's a cash flow problem, right? And I'm not going to start by opening up a bunch of random reports. I'm going to follow the FIX framework, right? We just found a burning issue, and that's the first step. So based on what the client asked, I'm going to choose cash flow. So when I choose cash flow, it's going to open up a playbook. And that doesn't mean that cash flow is the only problem in the business. It's just the pressure point that the client is feeling right now. You need to start where the client feels pain, not the problems that you see. So once I select the cash flow, the app guides me to the next best step. In this case, I'm going to click the next best step is mining your business for hidden cash. And we're going to see why it feels tight. When I open that tool, it's going to show me where cash is leaking or what we could do better. So now we're moving on to the second part of the FIX framework, right? We found the burning issue. Now we need to identify what's causing it to burn, right? As I look through the mining your business for hidden cash chart, the results are going to show us some important things. This isn't just a vague cash is tight problem. This is showing us where money is leaking out. And right now it's pointing towards operating expense. If I just turn off things like AR and inventory, it's pointing to our biggest problem is operating expense. And that's where I want to go next. I want to focus on the operating expense. So during the conversation, we're talking about why cash is tight, and there's 3 different places it's leaking out. We have an operating expense problem, and we're paying our bills just a little too fast. That's probably the easiest one to solve, because all we've got to do is sit on an invoice a little bit longer. But let's focus on the $162,000 that's trapped inside the operating expense. So now I'm going to scroll down and look for the next suggested step. As I scroll down, it's going to give me more information about how I can set my goals, what things are looking like. If I have an inventory problem, I can go right to the inventory dashboard. And here I've got the inventory. I've got a 13-week cash runway I can do next, or I can go right to the cash analysis tool or the cost analysis tool. If I click that, it's going to open up the cost analysis tool. We found the burning issue. Now we're going to be comparing our cost from one period to another period. The $162,000 that we found on the last tool carries over into the new cost analysis tool. So now I'm looking for $162,000. Down below are all of the income statement items. These are my operating expenses. And what I'm going to do is identify which ones we need to cut, right? So if I want to cut utilities, which would be hard to do probably, but if I want to cut utilities, I just mark on, I want to reduce this. We'll say by 25%. I can save it, and now it's added it and put it against my plan. What I'm trying to do is show you how to use the FIX framework. We found a burning issue by asking a question. We then identify what's causing it to burn. Oh, you're spending too much on your operating expenses. Now we need to move to execution. So on execution, I'm just going to create action items. We'd already marked 6 things for action, and it's going to create action items for us. It's going to say reduce marketing, It's going to say reduce professional fees, salaries, rent, utilities. This is the one we just did, right? $3,000 we're going to try to find. Then I can create all of the actions. And when I create the actions, it's going to give me a summary. We're going to go find $28,000. This is helping me hold my client accountable, and press done. So what do I do next? Well, my client also has their own view. When they log in, they can see their own view. We did find the burning issue with cash flow. We identified what was causing it to burn. Now we want to execute, FIX. So when I execute, all of those things that we created are now pending. As my client's doing them, they'll be in progress and then later on completed. And you'll get a results over your completed actions. Every time you complete one, it measures what your financial statement said before and then what it says after you've completed the action. That's how you use the FIX framework over and over again. Find the burning issue, identify what's causing it to burn, execute and put out the flashpoint. That's how you use the demo. Go through some of the scenarios that you see. Don't try to click on everything at once. Just start with one real client question and find that burning issue. Then follow the next step. Identify what's causing it to be that pressure point, and then turn that insight into an action. That's exactly how you can use this. That is how you move from reporting the numbers to advising a business. And that is what the Clear Path to Cash was built for.
Cash flow, Mike. Clear path to cash. Cash flow, Mike. No turning back. Cash flow, Mike. Straight through the dust. Cash flow, Mike. We trust. We trust. We trust. We trust.